catch anything.
So I have to tell you, it is 1 million times more fun seeing your names and faces on this screen after spending the last like 7 days getting to really know you. And that has been we are talking about this tonight till we're like, I don't know, hopefully you don't get sick of it, but no, I'm kidding. But it is really cool. Like I'm seeing Elena Nelson pop on and I'm like, oh, we've been engaging back and forth, and Yvonne Woolworth is on. And I mean, you guys, we are loving on Yvonne. And Brandy Howe, we have to give you like a mega major shout out. You have been cheering people on, you and Laura both cheering people on, and Tammy Pope and Wendy Deal. I've seen you commenting, and Aubrey, and it's just been amazing seeing each other pick each other up and engage with each other. And this is what we're talking about tonight. But so it is really exciting to see your guys' faces, because your names and your faces now mean even that much more to me, because I can think about the art that you're doing, or the fart ladder you're talking about, or the schematic that you're reading, or the piano recital that you're performing. Or, I mean, I have so much more to associate with your name and your face than just what's your join date, and it feels incredible to just turn everybody into the humans that they are, and just love each other and engage with each other and connect with each other over that very piece. We're just humans with busy lives, and we come from all different places and all walks of life, and have so many different backgrounds and so many different unique skills. And we all have struggles in a million areas. And yet, how beautiful it is to see when people just come together and love on each other and make each other feel seen. Welcome to our call tonight. This is week 1 of Inspiration Over Information, the Mindset Makeover. This is how we are spending our time in May. My name is Melissa Gratz. For those of you that don't know me, I know it says it on here in my beautiful Hollywood Square Zoom window, but in conjunction with Tammy Frazier, Andrea Hatch, and Anna Hughes as superstar directors, we welcome you. And on behalf also of our leaders that we work closely with as well, leadership team, if you would like to put a hand up or drop in the chat that you're part of the leadership teams, you know who you are, the Alyssas and Aubreys and Jodys and Debbie Kuna and Nicole. And I mean, you guys all help put the feeling around the things that we do here. And kudos and hats off to you as well, because without your support of us and your support for, your support that drives us to do what we do for the community as a whole, like it's just a very, very beautiful relationship and working relationship and loving relationships. So anyhow, drop it in the chat. Yes, because we want to give shout outs and praise to our leadership team. But on behalf of Tammy, Andrea, Anna, and I, welcome to the Mindset Makeover, Mindset. I always say mind shift. Mindset Makeover. We are on day 7, and it's time to talk about how we're feeling. Before we do that, there are 3 things I want to call your attention to. I'll probably forget the third, guys. The first is Truman has sold out. The Blanket Buddy. He sold out. It is confirmed out of stock. However, I'm sure because of the popularity that don't quote me, I'm making this up just based on my own opinion, but there will probably be a version 2.0. But as of now, version 1, Truman, the weighted blanket buddy, has sold out. Boo-hoo. The second thing, see, I forgot the second thing. I remember the third thing. SFR registration closes on May 23rd this month. Now I just remembered the third thing. It closes on May 23rd this month. So for those of you that are going in person, you probably registered within the first month because you knew you were attending in person. But for those of you that haven't registered for SFR yet, and you still have the ability to register for in person in Orlando in July for the 20-year celebration, If that isn't going to work for you, please consider at least signing up for the virtual experience to be part of the conversation, to be part of the celebration that goes on. I know that it'll happen virtually, but it is our goal to have any of our leaders or consultants that want to step up and lead that are doing the virtual option, that we will be providing some camaraderie and some get-togethers for you as well, so that you aren't just sitting on your couch and watching virtual SFR alone, because I promise you it is more fun when you watch it as a group. So whether that's in person or that's over Zoom, we will work to put together some groups for some virtual watch parties for those of you attending virtual, to try to include you in as much of the in-person conversation that's happening as we can. So if you haven't registered for virtual SFR just yet, please consider it. Consider it. And we are wanting you to be a part of it. Third thing is, you know that we are in the process of the Scentsy 12-month-long incentive. And for April, it was subscribing to Warmer and Scent of the Month subscriptions. Congratulations to all of you that earned April. For May, it is being active for the month of May, earns you this month's Scentsy incentive, and you want to have that streak going. Either a 9-month streak or a 12-month streak of earning each month, but just a reminder to you that it is being active, which means 200 PRV or more in the system for the month of May. That is the only orders of business we want to call your attention to tonight. The rest of everything you can find on the news tab of your workstation. Anything pertaining to the Father's Day collection, the mental health collection, the early access for the summer collection, Cinco de Mayo collection, any of those things. If you just do a quick scroll of your news tab on your workstation, you will be brought up to speed in no time with everything that you need to know for that is business related. Because now we want to dive into talking about how we're feeling, inspiration over information, progress over perfection. And I would like, because I just rambled at you, I would like to give Tammy, Andrea, Anna an opportunity to say anything that they want to say to kick us off and take us into tonight. No, you're going to let us. All right. So I know you'll add in when, because you know I have a tendency, just interrupt me. Just interrupt me when you're ready to say something. But Anna, do you want to? Yes, you do. I'm making you go.
I really don't. I mean, you're the one with the best words. I'm just here to make the bones and the graphics, and
No, you're not. Get out of here.
I am.
So the whole intention behind this, and we kind of told you, congratulations, Ryan. He's active. The whole, this kind of came about out of the necessity to connect our communities. Realizing that no matter how much information you throw at people, words are just noise if there's no feeling and if there's nothing connecting them to where the information is coming from. And so we as a leadership squad and SSDs coming off of Summit, we really wanted to put something together for you guys and for ourselves. I think that's really the big thing, is it included us as well. We needed something to kind of refresh our feelings, emotions, mindsets. And so May Mindset Makeover was born, and we decided that the goal for this month was to love on each other and to make people feel seen and to get to know people past, like I said, just running reports on a workstation. And I think we're succeeding. And by we're succeeding, I mean we are all succeeding. For those of you, now, I think I would be completely remiss if I didn't start off by acknowledging those of you that have never been on a Tuesday night Zoom before. You're here tonight. And that speaks volumes. That is, as a leader, all you ever want is for your people to feel like they matter. And for your people to know that you show up for them every single day, whether they choose to show up or not. And so there's no greater compliment to me. And I know that I'm absolutely speaking on behalf of of Anna, Tammy, Andrea, and all of the directors on this screen. There is no better feeling in the world than when you say to somebody, I didn't want to leave you out. I wanted to make sure that you knew. That's why you're receiving this text. That's why you're receiving this personal message. That's why you're receiving this email, is because I can't make the assumption that you tune in to the team page to see everything that goes on there. And by you showing up to this Zoom literally makes me emotional, because it validates that I am doing what I have promised I will do for you. And that is continue to create a place, an environment, a safe community for you to show up in, and opportunities for you to thrive. And so we don't even have to talk about Scentsy, other than Scentsy is what brings us all here. This is what is connecting us foundationally. That's the common denominator. But what we've learned over the last 7 days is that we are all so much more than Scentsy consultants. We are wives, we are moms, we are dog moms, we are husbands, we are best friends, we are brothers. We are artists, we are EMTs, we are digital creators, we are somatic readers.
We are tacklers of Mount Doom, the laundry pile.
Yeah, we are so much more than the common denominator that binds us. And so, to give you the roadmap, if you haven't participated yet in the Mindset Makeover, or you have seen it occurring on either the flash page or on Together We Scent, but you haven't jumped in yet, or to those of you that have jumped in with both feet and are showing up 7 straight days in a row, the goal every single day is to post what the day's intention or focus is, the task that we are working on. So today was defining what is your definition of success. Yesterday was unfollowing negative influences, whether that's in your own personal email box or in your social media feed, or even somebody said, was it Tiffany, who said, I blocked my own mother. Now, I'm not telling you, I'm just saying, whatever negative influence is bogging you down, we gave you permission to unfollow that negative influence yesterday. Today, we wanted you to high five yourself in the mirror. I've never done that before. I don't know if any of you have. I know Mel Robbins lives and dies by it and swears by it. And the high five habit of hers was created by high fiving yourself in the mirror. But I'd be lying to you if I told you I've ever done it. But I did it first for myself, and then as a commitment to all of you. And that's where I've really changed my dialogue this week. That's one thing that I've noticed about myself, is that I used to say all the time, I'm doing all of this for you. I do all of this for you. And I've reframed that dialogue to say, I'm doing it for myself first. And that is what makes me be able to pour from my cup into yours. So posting today that high five and saying, I'm proud of myself, because initially I wanted to put high five, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Aubrey. I'm proud of you, Brandy. I'm proud of you, Jackie. But I realized by high-fiving myself in the mirror that I was proud of myself first. And because of that, I'm able to be proud of you. So these are the things that we're doing each day, and we're giving you an opportunity to share with us your to-do list, which may to some seem crazy or daunting or like you're going to lie, but that only hurts you, not me. But by posting that to-do list, I'll speak about my own private personal experience. I've been way more productive in the last 7 days because I'm doing the things I said I would. And there's no consequence other than an unfinished to-do list if I don't complete them. But what I did do is I made a promise to myself that I would hold myself accountable for all of you. And you guys are actually holding me accountable because I shared it with you. And there's the possibility that Laura or Brandy, in my case, on our page, and on yours, it'll be Tammy, will hold me accountable and say, Melissa, how come you didn't order those 3 Trumans yet? Somebody should have, because I didn't get them ordered and they sold out. And that was on my to-do list for the last 4 days. And nobody called me out on it and said, no, Anna, you didn't. You should have said, you need to stop what you're doing right now and order those Trumans. They're going to be out of stock. But you didn't.
I said you needed to do it. And then the next thing you knew, they were sold out. So I did remind you before
Just
it
too
was
late.
too late, technically.
Anyway, I digressed. But I've been way more productive in the last 7 days because I know that I'm putting it out there very raw. Like, here is everything I'm setting out to do. And the beautiful thing is, what I didn't have in the last 7 days was my normal milling around. Now, anybody that has been part of our Enneagram personality trainings that we've done in the past, or any of you that are familiar with it or care about it, you don't have to, but if you do, as a 7, we spend a lot of time walking in circles, filling our days with a lot of circle walking, because we don't really know what to hone in on or focus on. And the last 7 days, anytime I found myself wanting to walk into a circle, I went to the post where I promised all of you and myself that I was going to accomplish these things. And I had a list to work from. So the moment I found that I didn't know what to do with myself, wrong, I do know what to do with myself. I made the list before I got out of bed this morning. As a commitment to all of you, because we have West Coasters, we have East Coasters, and everybody in between on these calls and in these pages, we are going to begin posting the day's task and motivation and inspiration, and we are going to start posting that. It will be at 12 a.m. Pacific time. So the moment the day flips, and it'll be at 3 a.m. Eastern time. So the post started off going up at 7 a.m. on our group pages. Then I backed it to 6:30 a.m. And then by 6:30 a.m., Mary Jane's out the door. Tammy's already been at work for an hour and a half. And I realized that I'm not giving you the opportunity to share when you want to share when your day starts, because everybody's day starts at a different time. I mean, heck, some of you work night shifts or third shifts, and your day starts while I'm sleeping. So our commitment to all of you is that Pacific time, it will go up at midnight, and on Eastern time, it will go up at 3 a.m. so that everybody has ample opportunity to start their day with their to-do lists. See the things that we learn by learning from each other. So that's a commitment. So starting tomorrow, you early risers, you will beat us.
With that said, there's so much more value to this when you actually do the thing first thing in the morning, when you actually make your list in the morning, and we're not making our lists at 3, 4, 5 p.m. So hopefully with this earlier posting, you'll have the opportunity to do that, because if you're making your list in the afternoon and checking off the things that you did, I'm still love to see you pop up and do that. That's still super good. But it's the fact that you do it first thing in the morning and then reflect again in the evening, because I don't expect you to get it all done. I don't get it all done. I mean, if you guys watched, you saw that my stinky garbage disposal sat on my list for like 4 or 5 days. But it's in realizing the small wins, even if you're checking off that you got your clean laundry put away. Fine. I just want you to reflect that you did get something done at the end of the day, because so often you get to the end of the day and you're like, what did I even do today? And I want to know what you did today. And I want to actually know what you did today. I don't want to know that you worked your Scentsy business, or you did chores, or you spent time with the kids. Like, I want to know what you actually did. So is it that you vacuumed the house, or that you dusted, or that you made samples, or you followed up with all your April customers, or you watched a movie with the kids, or you went to the park, or you pulled out a board game. Like, actually be specific when you make your list, because I do care, and I love the little things like picking dandelions for Darwin the tortoise. I mean, that's my favorite, and I want to give you a hard time when you haven't made rice for 5 days and it's been on your list, Angela. Like, that's what makes it so much more fun and engaging when you talk about these things. So be specific. That's fun for us. It does seem silly, but that's how I can connect with you and get to know you, and it's important to me. So it's just do it.
Yeah. And I am starting to get a little bit more. Now, see, let me rephrase how I want to say this, because I don't want it to be critical or to get you to second guess. I think it piggybacks exactly with what Anna was just saying, is that because people actually are reading your to-do lists. So I don't know if that scares you or if that makes you feel seen, but we're reading them. So when you put on your list, Jack, can I call you out? When you put on your list, work and walk, I know you do more in your day. And where we are getting shortchanged as a community is what Jackie didn't tell you in her to-do list by only stating, I'm going to work and I'm going to walk today. What we all missed out on is that she actually purged, was it 2 trunk loads? 2 trunk loads of things from her house, and she took it to the Salvation Army. Why'd you take it to the Salvation Army, and why does that mean something to you, Jackie?
Sorry. I'm just really emotional. Because my mom was a bell ringer at the Salvation Army. And so by donating to them, I always feel close to her. So I took 2 trunk loads to them this week and one last week. And I was telling Melissa and the others that I didn't think that anybody would care or want to hear that. And so my list have been very vague, and I've showed up, but I haven't showed up. And so, like, my commitment to all of you, now that you guys are all seeing this, is that tomorrow morning I'll tell you exactly what I'm doing. And so then you guys can cheer me on and all that. But yeah, Salvation Army.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me pick on you.
Oh, anytime.
Here's what happens when we really actually get to know we actually get to know each other. Is I knew Jackie's list wasn't actually reflecting what she was doing. And to me, that actually became a red flag that I was worried about her, that something bigger was going on. And how I ended up getting the Salvation Army story out of her is because I talked to her, because it didn't feel like it was Jackie that was posting. So the negative self-talk, Jack, is where you stopped yourself from growing, because we actually all do care about each other, and we actually do care about what we're doing. When I think it was Yvonne had posted she needed to open up her party link for the month, and both Brandy and I commented below it and said, oh my gosh, Yvonne, you reminded us. You reminded me. By me reading your list, you reminded me that I had closed out a party on the 30th, and on the 1st, I hadn't opened my link yet. And so you helped me. And I was like, wow, this simple activity of sharing your to-do list just helped me accomplish something that was left off of mine. So by being more specific on the things that you're doing, or in your nightly reflection, you're allowed to add in the other things that you did that came up throughout the day and check them off. Because hello, things come up all day long that we don't anticipate at 7 a.m. or 5 a.m. or 3 a.m. when we write our initial list. But that's also part of what's important on the circle back, is to be able to say, not only I maybe didn't accomplish all the things on my list, but I had some last minute additions that I did have to tackle, or that I did tackle. And it's really rewarding when you get to say, look at all I did today. Instead of walking in circles and feeling like a waste of space and then wondering why I'm having a difficult time pouring into others, it's because I can't even pour I can't even pour into myself because I don't really have much to be proud of because I walked in circles all day.
Melissa, I wanted to say something to that since you circle back around. I hope you don't mind me cutting in.
By all
Um,
means.
I'm sure well, I shouldn't assume. I'm assuming everybody here has flown on an airplane. And the number one thing that they teach you in case of an emergency is to put the oxygen on yourself first and then the people around you. So when you said that a few minutes ago, I wanted to share that, but I thought that would be stupid. But it's so true. If we don't take care of ourselves and we don't put that oxygen on ourselves, we're just going to walk in circles and we're not going to be helpful or productive to the people around us. And it's important, if we don't take care of ourselves.
Yeah. I have to actually also this is what happens. Those of you that know me, this is what happens. We go this direction and then I go this direction. I want you to know, and this is not for compliments or kudos, this mindset makeover is 100% being written every day, especially curated for our group. This is not coming from anywhere. This isn't from a leadership course we took. This isn't from a mastermind class that costs 30 grand to attend. This is literally being written every single day for you. And I think that's one of the coolest things, because to be a part of our community, we are saying to you, you really are in the best place with people that really, really actually care about you. And we're looking at what people are saying. We're looking at what you guys are writing and the way that you're cheering each other on. And we're saying, this is what they need today. Tomorrow, this is what they need. And based on how things are going, because not only do we do a reflection at the end of the day as a leadership squad, we're doing a reflection at the end of the day on our own personal wins, losses, struggles, celebrations. We're also reflecting on the picture as a whole and saying, here's the people that need some private messages. Here's some people that need a quick smack on the butt and say, you're doing a really great job. And I see you and I support you. Here's what I learned today from this person that showed us that we need to back up the time that we post this stuff. So this program is not being run by robots, and this program is not being taken from anywhere else. It is actually being completely curated for you on a daily basis based on what you need and what I need. And that's a really, really cool feeling. And if for nothing else, you leave here tonight with nothing else, I want you to know you are absolutely being seen. So if you post and ghost the thread, I want you to know there are people reading what you're posting. And there are people commenting and asking you, how did you make that guacamole? Or how do you read the schematic? Or what the heck is a fart ladder? That really is in somebody's, not just somebody's. That was a discussion between Aubrey and Tammy Pope about making, I don't even know what the process is. It's something you do with beans when you soak them in water and they have to burp. And then somebody said, well, did you actually know there's a ladder for that? To where I had to interject and say, I have never in 44 years heard the word fart and ladder together in the same sentence. And I learned something.
Can we also point out Robin's to-do list is the most interesting
Robin Martin.
ever read?
Robin Martin has a to-do list that you would never, I don't.
It was tattooing kids and bok choy in the same list.
Yes, tattooing kids. So she had said, I'm going to tattoo 7 kids today and harvest 8 pounds of bok choy. And to which some of us that read that said, it took us a minute before we realized your goats just had babies and goat babies are called kids. And that's the tattooing that needs to happen is on the 7 new kids. But in the midst of that, she's making red garlic cheese, and she is I don't know, 8 pounds of bok choy, and slugs. What was the thing about
Yeah, it was the slug bait when they were talking about beer,
slug baits. And then Brandy said, does it really actually work if you use beer? And Robin was like, it does actually work if you use beer. And you guys, I've learned so much from you. I've learned so much from you. And as somebody who loves to late night watch that show, how does this work? Or how was this made? Or whatever. Like, I am a sponge for knowledge. I'm probably the reason why those toilet books are written, like all the things that you never knew you needed to know, and everybody only ever puts that in the bathroom. I don't know, but I'm the reason for that, because I want to know these things. I am a sponge for knowledge. I want to know. So the things that I'm learning from you are impacting my days in such a positive way, and it's making me excited to learn from you. It's making me excited to see all of the different facets that make you up. It's learning what makes you tick. It's seeing when one of you posted, I am a mama bear, and I will go into full-on mama bear mode if you mess with my kids. Like, seeing those passionate statements, you learn something about somebody. You learn about what their days look like. You learn about all of the different hats that they wear.
or
You
what
learn.
success means to them.
Go ahead. Go.
I said, or what success means to them.
Yeah. So Anna, take over. What have we not covered based on the notes that you made?
Well, speaking of, what success looks like to you, you have 7 days of posts to go back and look at. So I think that's a very valuable thing, whether you've ever journaled in the past or done anything like this in the past. I'm somebody who keeps a weekly to-do list anyways, but it's always fun for me to go back a few weeks and see, okay, what did I do over the last few weeks? And it's a really great tool if you allow it to be. So, if you were to use this in your Scentsy business, you could definitely go back and say, okay, what do my days look like? Where am I spending my time? What is my focus? And if you're struggling with things like this month's May Get Active Challenge, your list might reflect that. And if it does, maybe you can make some changes to it. And so my advice to you is go back and take a look at the posts day 1 through day 7. And what was your priority for each of those days? And what did you actually get done each of those days? If you did the reflection, maybe you didn't, or maybe you just remember off the top of your head. But it could be a very valuable tool for you to evaluate what your focus is and if that's aligning with the to-do list that you have. Because what you're going to see is that tomorrow, spoiler alert, tomorrow and the next day are a little bit goal-oriented, not long-term goal-oriented. This isn't dream board stuff. This is short-term goal stuff. And I want you to use your to-do list in a way that will help you get to that goal, whatever it is, whether it's Scentsy, or if it's in finally cleaning out the attic, or if it's in getting fit, or if it's in furthering your education, or if it's building on the relationship with your kids. This is up to you. This is not me telling you that you need to be focused on promoting to star consultant and that's what your goal should be. That's not what this is. This is whatever goal is setting your heart on fire, and that's what you want to work towards, or if it's expanding upon that habit that you set for yourself. We all did that. Fine. But use what you did in the last 7 days to evaluate where your focus has been and where that's going to take you if you continue doing that.
Yep. And here's what's really cool. And this is why a lot of you received either an email or a text reminding you or nudging you to join us tonight, is because there's many of you that are on the screen that join us every single Tuesday, to which I say thank you. It means a lot and it doesn't go unnoticed. When you show up to these calls, here's a spoiler alert. You don't get to blend in because I know that I know that you're here. I know if this is your first time or one of your first few times. Or I know if you show up every single week. And I also notice if you don't show up, because then you'll get a text from me and say, hey, I miss seeing you if you stop showing up for a long time. But now I lost what I was going to say because I went way too far on my tangent. No, I didn't. This is why some of you received an email. This is why some of you received a text and inviting you to tonight so that we can say to you, we talk about more than just Scentsy here. That by being a member of the Scentsy community, you get access to a mindset makeover that should you choose to not make it impact your Scentsy business whatsoever, because you need it more in your personal psyche, your personal life, your personal growth, you'd pay a lot of money for a coach like this. But by being a part of the Scentsy community and being a part of our groups, we say to you, by being a Scentsy consultant, it's your ticket to this. You get a seat in this community every day. And what Anna just said to you is, we want you to achieve your goal, whether it's Scentsy related or not, because we care about you as a human first. We care about your mental health first. We care that you are able to be the mom or the wife or the sister or the aunt or the brother or the husband or the best friend that you want to be, or that you have the ability to be. We care more that you get to be that person than the Scentsy goal you set. And here's why. Because if you're achieving your personal life goals and you're feeling good in your personal everyday, and you do love Scentsy, you'll probably succeed more with your Scentsy business when you feel in control of the other parts of you. Which is why we can spend an entire month barely talking about Scentsy with you. Because I've actually already seen it in you, in those of you that are really being impacted positively by this endeavor. You're seeing success in your Scentsy business that you didn't see last month or the month before, just by showing up. I know for myself, I've had orders feel like they have fallen out of the sky in the last 7 days because I feel like I'm just putting better things out into my own personal universe. And so when I put those positive things out into the universe, you ever notice how positivity can be a boomerang? You put it out there and it comes back. And so I'm saying, I just sold $60 in Scentsy because somebody called me, or I just met a new customer that found me on Google, but I really think it's because I'm showing up. I really think it's because I'm putting good out there, and so I'm getting good back. And so I've been tweaking my to-do list, adding things, or, any of you that have watched what I've been doing closely, not that I expect you to, but if you have been, I know a few of you have because you've commented, but I set a habit on whichever, I think day 2 was our pick a habit. And I set a habit. And I realized after 2 days of having that habit that I wasn't getting to it. And so that's the wrong habit because it's not actually something I'm going to make time for. So I switched it. And I tweaked it to a habit that I actually have hit every day since. Now I know we're only 7 days in, but 5 days since I switched my habit. But for those 5 days, I've hit my habit every day. And it was to get up 45 minutes earlier each day so that I can plan what my day is going to look like. And now because I'm excited about it, Anna, I texted you this morning and I said, My feet are on the floor. I'm hitting the ground running. And by then I had already posted on social media. I had already, gotten our mindset stuff posted and moving. And I had posted my to-do list for the day and my intention. And when I got out of bed, I felt better. And now I know it feels better to do that. And so it's easier for me to accomplish my habit because it's compounding. It feels good. My eyes are pinging open when my alarm goes off in the morning because I know how good it feels to start my day not feeling behind. And so I tweaked my habit because I recognized I wasn't excited about making it happen. So I tweaked it. And so then I'm on a 5-day streak of making the new habit happen, to where yesterday I sat down on the couch and actually read for 30 minutes, which was my original habit that I didn't make time for the first 2 days. But because I feel more in control of my life and my time and my productivity and where I'm spending my time, I actually sat down to do that initial habit. And I was able to say to all of you in my evening reflection, I added my day one habit back in. Because I have a 5-day streak of my new habit and I'm feeling good based on what I'm able to reflect that I got accomplished for the day. I actually sat down and read for 30 minutes, and guess what? I loved it. And I can't wait to do it again tonight because now I'm into a good book. And I can't wait to see what happens. And I'm adding to my to-do list that even though it isn't a task for the day, to make somebody feel good or to make somebody's day, but I know how that makes me feel. When I am able to make somebody's day, that positively impacts me. So I want more of it. I want more of what feels good. It feels good to say that I accomplished something. It feels good to say, here's what I said I was going to do today, and I didn't get to all of it, but darn it, I didn't walk in circles. That feels good. So when I woke up this morning, and because of today's task, I got to high five myself in the mirror and say, I've done a pretty darn good job over the last 7 days. I actually got to say I feel proud of myself, and I meant it because I do. So all of this reflection of the first 7 days is to get you thinking, number one, here's why we're doing this. We're doing it because we care. We're doing it because we all need it. We're doing it because if you do actually participate, you'll be better because of it. And that's not conceited or cocky. That's just fact. Because I'm experiencing it. It's like anything in life, right? You get out of something what you put into it. We've heard that our whole lives. We've heard that on the ball field, the basketball court, the track and field, in your high school theater class, whatever it is, you've heard that all of your life. You get out of something what you put into it. If you show up half the time, I almost swore, but then I saw Kristen's daughter peeking up the corner, and then I wanted to say hi to her. And so I didn't swear. But you get out of everything, you get out of it what you put in. So same with this. And the thing is, you're not half it. For me, you're half asking it for yourself. You're shortchanging yourself. Because you don't have to actually, you owe me nothing. I'm just posting the challenge, or I'm just posting the task, or you don't owe Debbie anything. If she's asking you a question, you can choose not to respond, but you are responding, and that's what's been beautiful. And you don't owe it to Anna because she's sharing it. You owe it to yourself. So if you don't do your nighttime reflection, you're not disappointing me. You're just going to get out of this whatever it is that you're putting into it. Or you do the nighttime reflection and you read all of everybody's stuff and you engage and you learn And then you get so freaking passionate and excited about this project that you almost can't sleep at night. And like at night when Anna and I do our reflection, because we are doing it, we do it together so that we can be like, here's my takeaway today. Hey, and did you see what so-and-so posted? Isn't that really freaking cool? And then we get really excited and we're giggling like schoolgirls and we can't wait to wake up in the morning and be like, I can't wait to see what tomorrow brings. And so for that, I thank you. I thank you for giving me a gift. I said that to somebody when I sent them, and I know who, but I feel like I'm playing favorites if I keep talking about them. It's just because she keeps showing up. But when I sent Brandy a message, thanking her for commenting and engaging with people and having connections and conversation, I said to me, what you don't realize, Brandy, you're thanking me for giving you the opportunity to have a mindset makeover. You aren't realizing you are giving me a gift in return. And that's what has been really beautiful, is that by you responding or by you sending me a private message with a recipe, or by you saying, hey, Melissa, great job. You're giving me a gift too. And that feels good. Go say something. We're at the top of the time. We've talked about this now passionately for this amount of time. So let's wrap this up. And I think Rand, you're going to wrap us up, right? But let's wrap this up. I want to say thank you. Thank you for getting on here tonight. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for taking a chance or giving us the opportunity to tell you what we do here, which is more than just Scentsy. And thanks for showing up in this challenge for you and for us. Because you can't have community if you don't have people. Rand? Or anybody, Anna, any final thoughts? Rand, any final thoughts? Tammy, any final thoughts? Or anybody drop your final
I
thoughts
already
in the
put it.
chat?
I mean, I had put stuff in the chat as far as
Perfect.
that there are reason that there are tons of statistics on all of this stuff, you guys. It's so funny when we sit down and write the post for the next day. I'm like, I gotta find a study on this. I gotta find a statistic because I know that they're there, because I know that this stuff works and that there's proof in all of it if you give it a chance and you actually do the things. And so I love that you're here with us, and I love that you're doing this. And if you're around tomorrow, we do cubicle in the morning. So please come and hang out with us and work. We'd love to see you.
Yes.
So.
And we call it cubicle. For those of you that are new, we call it cubicle. And I know many of you are not able to get on during the day because of your work schedule or because of your commitments that you have. And that's okay. We do this every single Wednesday. It starts at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Mountain, every Wednesday. And all it is Zoom like this, but without structure. And we work alongside each other. And you might pick up a really cool way to do something like package fragrance flowers, or you might get to see a really cute kitten because Brandy has like 11,600 of them. Or you might get to see Laura put together her ring light and she'll talk you through it. Or Aubrey will tell you a really cool project that she just got hired to do for another company. Or we won't talk at all because we're all just working on things, but we aren't alone. We're not alone. And that's the part that's really cool. If I'm going to be sitting at my desk and working anyway, then let me do it with people that I want to be around or people that I can meet. And so we give you that opportunity. That's what the virtual cubicle is. It's a space for us to just not be alone. It's open from 10 a.m. Eastern time until 2 p.m. Eastern time every Wednesday. 4 hours. You can pop in, and many of you do. Many of you will pop in and be like, I'm just on my lunch break, but I just wanted to pop in and say hi to you guys, tell you to have a great day. We love that. That's really cool. That makes us feel like, oh, they just wanted to say hi to us. That's really awesome. Or you can stay and you can work or not work and just hang out. Okay, enough about Cubicle. We have that starting tomorrow and every Wednesday. Okay, Rand, it's yours. You can have it. Go.
Okay. So for all of you that are new, every Zoom, I love to give a prize out for, it's like, I'll put your names in a little bowl and, yeah, pick out a name just for you guys showing up and just kind of a little thank you. So anyway, so I have a lot of names here. This was amazing to see everybody tonight. Okay, so our winner tonight, Melissa Sharma.
Yay.
So,
Congratulations, Melissa.
Yeah, if you can just send me
Thank you.
address. Yes, send me your address. Because a lot of you, I'm not going to have your address. I know I've got yours, Melissa, so I think we're okay. But yeah, from here on out. And also, it helps if you have a last name. Sometimes, I guess it doesn't matter if you send me your address. But anyway, so
It helps if what you mean is it helps if you have a last name in your Zoom name.
Yes.
What you mean?
I know you have a last name. Thank you, Melissa.
Yeah, in your Zoom name, because we can't always assume also that there's a few of you that we've sent prizes to and your address wasn't right on the workstation. And so then the package got returned and that always stinks to pay for postage and then have it get returned. So that's why we do this. If you do win the Zoom prize on Tuesday nights, you do have to message Rand your address. And I know that Rand just told you, Melissa, you didn't need to because she knows that she has your address. But that's why we do that, is to make sure that we send it to the address that you actually can receive packages to. So thank you for spending time with us tonight. We went a little bit long, but we appreciate you. We can't wait to see you on these posts and see what you're up to and see what you're doing and see what's on your to-do list and to motivate you and to celebrate you and to tell you that we're proud of you. We can't wait. So thank you for tuning in. You guys have a great Tuesday night.